Lions, Bengals, and Bears, none of my guys scared. Chase rumbling, any one of them guys there. Wayne Young and he hungry. I pray we patient with him. I pray he leave with some money. I pray he leave with his health. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what's going on. Here's what happened. Now it's funny, we talk about boycotts. People have been boycotting the NFL, ice cream parlors, crab shops. People boycott a lot of things for a lot of different reasons, right? Boycotts are a real thing. Now, me boycotting this season of NCAA football, it didn't start off that way. I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, oh yeah, I was on from the jump. This was something I knew I was going to do. I didn't. Going into the season, I think I said on the show that I didn't want the season to be played. I didn't think it was necessary, given the circumstances. And, I watched, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm a Michigan fan. Everybody knows this. You know me, you know I'm a Michigan fan. I think I watched Michigan's first game. And then after that, I was just like, no. There are a lot of reasons why I boycotted this season of the NCAA of college football. And a lot of people didn't know this until I said it last weekend during the playoff games. I just didn't watch. I didn't pay attention to it. I really didn't know what was going on. It was just like, bro, I felt like these games shouldn't have been played. And the way the season went, clearly they shouldn't have. Coaches got COVID. Trevor Lawrence got COVID. During, the game that he wasn't able to play, he was on the sideline, right? That was the game they lost to Notre Dame. And Notre Dame fans rushed this field. Wasn't a mask in sight, just vibes. No mask, just vibes. I'm like, dog, what are we doing? So as far as my reasoning as far as COVID, games were canceled. Different seasons started late with different conferences starting on different times. I was just like, how are they going to rank teams? Teams haven't played really a full season. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. And then you look at, like Ohio State, they only played 6 games. Ohio State played 6 games, and that was their season. The season shouldn't have been played from the start. I think the only people on the field, getting paid are the ones holding the clipboards and Microsoft tablets. The players aren't getting paid. This isn't professional football. This isn't professional. The NBA, the NHL, the NFL, any other pro league, the MLB, they're getting paid. So they know they're at risk. They know the precautions they have to take. They know what will happen if they don't take those precautions. They know the risk they're taking with their bodies, with their health. At the end of the day, they're playing a game they love, but they're getting a check to do it. A lot of people still going to work. A lot of people work through this pandemic. They're working. They're at work. They're essential to the essentially pro ball players. They aren't essential to us, but they're essential to who they work for. They're essential to their owners. They're essential to Roger Goodell, to Adam Silver. They're essential. So these guys had to go to work. They figured out means to do it. They figured out the safest way possible. We got us an NBA bubble, and we just played 17 weeks of football, about to play a wild card weekend. We made it to the playoffs. Was any game canceled? No. Did we have COVID? Yes. Yes, we did. Browns head coach got it. Coaches got it. The Broncos had to go out with no quarterback. Saints just went out with no running backs. The Browns had to go out with no receivers. But these games were played. Were games postponed? Absolutely. We played NFL football on every day this season. Every day of this year. Every day of the week there was football, right? But these guys are getting paid to do that. That's the incentive. Where's the incentive as a college kid where, I can't even get $100 bill handed to me by Odell Beckham after I win a championship game? Can't even do that. But I'm supposed to go out here, put my body on the line, put my health on the line, put my future on the line. What if one of these kids got COVID and they got it the worst way? I'm not saying they died, God forbid, but what if it changed them? What if their respiratory system was messed up and they can't play the game anymore because they put their lives on the line for an institution who doesn't care about them? The NCAA doesn't care about these kids. We know that. Everything I'm telling you, it's already common knowledge. But that's just how I feel about it. NCAA we already know the NCAA is a mess. And it's a scam. It's a scam. We all know that. We all know that, man. We know that. We know that. These guys, they don't have millions or a real estate license to fall back on. They don't have that. Just a piece of paper that doesn't guarantee a damn thing. Oh, they got the education. Bro, a degree doesn't guarantee a damn thing. I can promise you that. It doesn't. It doesn't. Just because you walk across the stage doesn't mean you're going to walk into somebody's office and get a job. It's the truth. It's the truth. I just thought that COVID obviously had a big impact on NCAA football this season. Like I said, Ohio State wasn't able to play a full season. Michigan couldn't play the rest of their season. There was almost no Big Ten championship. It was just too much going on. It's too much going on. I don't think that the risk was worth the reward. And what we were rewarded is a trash playoff. 4 teams get in. And the rankings, to me, don't make sense. Don't make sense. Listen, man, the CFB playoff system is flawed. That's something that has nothing to do with COVID or 2020. That's just facts. 4 teams out of a country full of teams and a country full of different conferences, 4 teams shouldn't be in a playoff. That's no. That's never made sense to me since the inception of the college football playoffs. How the hell can you have a playoff with 4 teams? And if anything, and if they're so scared to do that, this season would have been this season to do it. Look at this. Ohio State had a 6-game season, but was playoff eligible. They were on their way to a national championship game. Notre Dame lost to Clemson, but was last in. How does Notre Dame lose to Clemson, but get in the playoffs? That's a loss to a playoff team, apparently. Cincinnati, 9-0, sat behind a 10-1 Notre Dame and an 8-1 Texas A&M. 9-0 is better than 8-1. So, I mean, if you're not going to put them in the top 4, at least put them over Texas A&M. And then I feel like Notre Dame with the Clemson loss, they should have been in. I don't know, man. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Hold on, pause. Hold on. I might not be making sense. I don't think Notre Dame lost to Clemson. Where did I see that? Why am I saying that? Y'all can see, look, man. Look, it was 2 weeks off, a little vacation. Might be a little rusty. Give me time. Let me see. Let's see. Notre Dame. See, look at this. This computer is slow as my life. Okay, here we go. Notre Dame football schedule. Because I think they beat Clemson. Because that was the game they were celebrating. Now, I talked about duh. So, who did they lose to? Why did I write that down? What the idiot? Say that was loud. Let me stop. Come on, man. Load up. See, this is why I got a new laptop, man. Red is my favorite color, but this gross. All right, here we go. Let's see. Notre Dame football schedule. Let's see the full schedule, please. All right. They beat Notre Dame. Wow. Notre Dame beat Clemson 47-40. I remember that. Who did they lose to, man? Who did they lose to? Oh, they played Clemson twice? Right. Okay, they just... See, I told you guys, I wasn't paying attention. I did not care about this season. It didn't mean anything to me. They did lose to Clemson. See? Lost to Clemson. They played them twice. I didn't know they played them twice. All right. Okay. All right. See? I knew what I was talking about. I knew I wrote that down for a reason. But y'all think I'm crazy. I'm not. I promise I'm not. I just 2 weeks off, man. Holidays, New Year, I'm just trying to get back in the swing of things, man. But listen, all right. So they lose to Clemson. They split with Clemson. I still don't think they should have gotten it. I don't understand. Cincinnati had a hell of a year. That's a strong 9-0. But college rankings. I know it's points and the strength of schedule, but this season and what strength of schedule? You're only playing. It was all interconference play. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Tell me if I'm wrong, please, because I don't get it, man. It just don't make any sense to me. So, like I said, teams all started at different times, and due to COVID, it was all conference play, right? So, this season would have been a perfect season. You don't have to have 16 football teams in the playoffs. If you don't want to open it up, you could have at least opened it up to 6 teams this season, just to see how it would have went. And I think it's simple as this: Bama 1 seed, they could have got a bye. Clemson 2, they get a bye. Then Ohio State, they're the 3. They would have played the 6, which would have been which is Cincinnati. Notre Dame could have played the 5. Texas A&M, and then we go from there. It's more football, more teams. Teams get in that deserve to be in the conversation to be getting in. I think that Cincinnati went 9-0. I feel like if you didn't go undefeated this season, you shouldn't have been in, because the season was hard. We all knew the season was going to be difficult. We all knew that. And I think this was a season of only perfect teams get in. But that's not what the committee decided to do, man. I don't understand why we're holding on to these rules and bro, it's 2021. Some things don't need to be the same. And some things, we haven't had college football playoffs for a long time. What is it, the fifth year of this? I think it's the 5th year. I might be wrong. Might have been a little longer than that, but things need to. We don't need to hold on to things that are incorrect for longer than they need. Let's change it quick. That's all I'm saying. It needs to be corrected. It needs to be corrected. Now, deeper than that, we all know why the season was played. We all know why the season was played. It wasn't about seniors or guys with last opportunity to play college football, or guys getting ready for the draft. Because the guys who know they're about to go to the draft, some of them didn't play. Look at Penn State. A lot of those guys didn't play, and look at the season they had. Guys were like, yo, I'm gonna just go ahead and work out and get ready for the draft. I'm cool on this season. I would have been one of those guys. Because no, man, I'm not going out there risking it for y'all. And by y'all, I'm talking about the institutions, the schools who are making all the Johnny Manziel. You know what I mean? All that money. And we all know this. This is what I'm about to tell you. It's not new. It's not breaking. It's not groundbreaking. This is fact. The NCAA exploits and profits from these young men. We all know that. We all know that. We all know that. Coaches made millions this year. They made millions. And only 2 of the top 5 paid coaches in college football took pandemic pay cuts. Only 2 of them. The other guys were like, nah, I'm cool. Give me mine. Give me mine. I need my 8.5. I need my 9.7. I need that. That's how a lot of them looked at this season. Like, pandemic, it's a pandemic. So we all know why the season was played, because of the amount of money that would have been lost this season. There was no college football. You got revenue. You got TV deals to keep up with. That's a lot of money. That would have been, if there was no college football this year, those schools would have lost so much money. And that's all it's about. They didn't care who they were throwing on the field this season. They didn't care who won. They didn't care when the season started. They didn't care about anything but the bread. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. These guys, these schools make massive amounts of money from CBS, ABC / ESPN, Fox. Then you got their own networks, Big Ten Network, SEC Network. It's money coming from every which direction. You really think these schools are going to miss out on that? Same thing I told y'all about the NFL owners. Y'all really thought there was going to be a stoppage in the NFL season? Are y'all crazy? Same thing here, man. These schools are not letting no dollar slip past them. No dollars. So let's take a look here at this is from 2018-2019 fiscal year of the top school. This is the top 10 school revenues. So starting off at number 10 with LSU with 157.7 million. Then we go to Florida, 159.7 million. Oklahoma, 163.1 million. Alabama, 164 million. Penn State, 164.5 million. Georgia, 174 million. Michigan, 197.8 million. Ohio State, $210.5 million. Texas A&M, $212.7 million. And ranking at number 1, Texas with $223.8 million. Do y'all think the NCAA played this season for Trevor Lawrence, for Justin Fields? No. They didn't play so we could see who would be going to the Jaguars or who would be going to the Jets. They played this season so they didn't lose out on all this. They lost out on some of it, with no fans in certain schools, merchandise. But it's all about the money, baby. Always about the money.